Hello and welcome, if I am live. Always a bit of a delay on my end, so I'm never quite sure. I do believe I am. Hello. So, I apologised for delaying the stream today, but like I say, ooh, it's loud. Sorry, it's loud on my phone. Yes, so I, as you guys probably know, I plan my streams very far in advance, and I was just far too busy today with, paying client readings and sessions that I couldn't make it. At the time I had scheduled. I just couldn't do it. I did try, so I'm really sorry about that. Watch Geeks, yes, I have seen your order. I'm a little bit behind because I had a bit of a busy week, so I hope to get to you as soon as possible, and I hope to not leave you too long. But yes, so I've been pretty busy, really trying to catch up, and when you do this kind of work, you can't really, you can schedule a session to begin at a certain time, but if a certain amount of work is needed, sometimes you can't always finish within the hour or when you think you're going to finish, basically. So it's a very hard job to really keep to a strict schedule. I don't like to completely cancel streams, so I try my best not to do that, but I did have to just push it back a little bit, so I'm really sorry about that. Yeah, I'm really sorry, but I'm here now, and I'm glad that a few of you are still here. So it's probably not going to be the longest of streams, but that's okay, because rune readings are, the rune reading idea is, of course, when I do a rune reading, I do a full reading that has past, present, future, blocks, subconscious things in it. And the rune reading that we're going to do is one rune per person. So kind of like what rune is most needed for you right now? What is the message that you may most need right now? What is the rune of your current period or your current chapter? So yeah, so it's not going to be a huge reading anyway, just kind of a bit of a sample. May be good for anyone who has never really looked into runes before, to get a bit of a sample of it, because of course a rune reading, a full rune reading, is something I offer on my website, secretfrequencies.com. But yes, so we will just do like a rune per person. If anyone does get a reverse rune, then you may want another one as well. Like if you get a reverse one, I will give you another one if there's time at the end as well, to see if you can get a more positive, upright rune as well. But we'll just see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Try not to go too late into the night with this one. But this is the kind of the test one for runes. Never done it before. There will definitely be other rune readings, so don't worry. And I am kind of testing, so I'm very close to the screen, which I'm not always, but I have like the runes kind of, I have them there so that I can click on them when I draw you one, so you can see it, because the runes I have, so they're in this very beautiful rune bag that I have, but they tend to be a bit, they're glittery, so it can be difficult to get the light right with them, like with my holographic love cards as well, they can be like that. So I did also spend a bit of time trying to add each picture to the stream as well. So yeah, this is definitely going to be a bit of a test and see how we go. So I thank you all for joining on, everyone who's kind of on this test stream here. Please go ahead, and I know there's many of you in right now, so please go ahead and like the video for me. already. Let's just get it boosted a little bit. Oh, thank you. We have 10 likes. That's very nice. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate it. Okay, so we might as well just go straight ahead. So I didn't want to do a list with this because, like I said, it's 1 rune per person. It could be pretty quick. You know, your 10 could go quite quick. So there's no real point in doing a list. So we'll just begin straight away. So oh no, the chat. Why does it do this every... Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. False alarm. Right, so we have Miss Venus is here, but she's at work. So we'll begin with Miss Venus, and if she is currently not at her phone or computer or whatever it is, she can just watch it back and she'll know she's first, and it'll just be a bit easier for her to do it that way. And I will just pretty much go down in order of where you guys have commented here. So we have Miss Venus, Sadia, Takeo, Woo, Jan, Watch Geeks, Leon, I'll pull you on, Janine, Luna, Kaylee, Maggie, hello, Aman, hello and welcome, Flower Beauty as well, new subscriber, love, light and blessings, thank you very much. Yes, if you're brand new, then please do, you can just put your full name and date of birth in the chat, or you can send it to my Facebook or email, whichever you prefer. Let me just make sure I'm logged into Facebook. But I'm just going to go down in order of the... I'm going to go down in order of the messages you've given, basically. So... yeah, I'll just go in order of the messages, but if you're new, do send me the full name and date of birth. And perhaps if it's only your second time when you haven't been in for a long time, full name and date of birth would still help then, just to help me refresh that connection with you a little bit as well. But yeah, I don't seem to be on Facebook yet, so just bear with me. Oh, there we go, it's opening now. Yes, there we go. Facebook is open. Okay, great. So what I do with the inner rune reading, you can't see. So ideally, what I would like to have, perhaps on the next stream or in an upcoming stream soon, is the camera more pointed towards like my throw here. I have I'm actually covered in it a little bit as well, just keeping me a bit warm, but. We traditionally use a white kind of throw to draw runes on, and I have my rune bag here, so I will take your details. So we're beginning with Miss Venus, and I do know Miss Venus's energy very well. So I connect to Miss Venus's energy, I shake up the bag, we give it a nice good shake. We want to really get those runes shaken. Give it, putting in her energy in there, yes? And then we pour the runes out onto the surface, which is why I really want like another camera to point to the surface, or just to be able to set my camera up properly where it can do that. So I'm not like super vain. You don't need to be able to see me rarely, but my camera kind of like balances on top of my laptop, so it's not really easy for me to click the pictures so you guys can see and have the camera pointed this way. So I'll have to figure it out at some point, but I will just kind of explain what I'm seeing here. So like I said, I shake them up, I'm thinking of Miss Venus's energy, I empty them out onto my nice white throw cloth, whatever you want to call it. And then there are many runes, and they are... I'm going to take a picture of them. Wait, can I? Can I do it without jumping out the chat? I don't think I can. Okay, I'll take an example picture after I'm done and post it. But many of the runes, they fall out upside down, they fall out on their sides and all of that. And there's actually only we have 4 runes that have fallen out the right way. 4 runes. And then this is where I kind of use my intuition and my guidance to choose one. So the rune just have to be upright, and I choose the one I'm guided to. So sometimes I go for the one that's really like off to the side and it's like the individual one on its own. Sometimes I go with the one that's like kind of right in the center. Feels like where I'm drawn. Now for Miss Venus, I'm feeling drawn to this very central one here, because all of the other ones are kind of up around it, kind of like Stonehenge, like my background here. So it's a center rune. So we have this center rune, which I will get up on the screen and show you guys. So just bear with me with all my devices, my technical things going on here. So I have to now find it. So the runes have their kind of traditional name, and then their traditional name and their traditional language, and then they have the name that we would call it, just to make it easier. So this one is called Partnership. So that's why I'm just like flicking through to make sure I get the right name that I've named the rune here. So yeah, I've named it Partnership. So just find on here, and it should be towards the bottom. Yes, there we are. So this is Miss Venus's rune, and this is an interesting rune because this one is the runes like the tarot. So I will show this one as an example. They can be one way and they can be the other way, but there are some runes like Mrs. Venus's rune, the Partnership rune, which can only go one way. Of course, if you get it the other way, it's the same. So that's Miss Venus's rune, and it's Partnership. So it talks about a very important partnership. That's the important message for Miss Venus at this current moment. It's an important partnership. So similar with tarot, when we get a message about partnership, it's not always a romantic partnership. It can sometimes be business, it can be friendship, and things like that. But it's a very important and significant partnership in her kind of current period. So we're doing current period runes. If you would like to request a future rune specifically, and you haven't already put your message in, you can request that. But I'm just kind of going with current period. I was just kind of drawn to do that. Maybe we can do a different stream for future runes, your future rune. But current, so Miss Venus's current rune is Partnership. So it's a very important partnership, and it doesn't mean that it's only coming up in this current moment. It doesn't mean that you haven't already met that person. That's not what it means. But it just means that partnership is very important in this current moment. And oftentimes when we get the Partnership rune as the current rune, it actually more likely than not is a partnership that you're already in or already a part of, because the message rarely, it's affirming that the partnership is important, but it's also telling you to keep your individuality. So this is why we usually get that rune when we're a little bit further into the partnership, because we can, we have this kind of, these different stages of a relationship or a business partnership or a friendship, where when we really become like really harmonized in that union, we can rarely amalgamate into one another. Many of you watching right now, you may have that friend that you're like super, super close with, and you almost feel like you're twins, you almost feel like you're one person. And this rune it's very affirmative about this partnership, but it's warning Miss Venus that yes, this is a very important partnership for your life, but keep that individuality that you have. So don't allow yourself to be too amalgamated in that relationship. Make sure that you keep that nice, healthy independence and individuality outside of the relationship as well. So you can see how often this is a warning as we're heading a little bit deeper and delving deeper into a connection. So yes, so it's a very positive omen about the relationship. Just a warning to keep your individuality a little bit as you progress forward with that. So partnership, a very nice one, and that was Miss Venus's. So I repeat the process for every person. I put the runes back in the bag and I shake them up based on your energy. So if you know that I'm very, very familiar with your energy, don't worry about putting your full name and date of birth in there. But if you feel like maybe perhaps you haven't been in for a while, or you've only been in once or twice, do just give me that just in case, just to help me a little bit there. So you can see how it's quite a quick reading. So it probably will be a common one we'll do, a regular one we'll do, and we might do some future runes as well. So today I've decided to choose present moment runes, or current chapter runes I will call them, but maybe in a couple of weeks we'll do a future rune so that you same people can come back in. You know, your current period may not be over, but you still want another rune, so it can be your future rune. So there we go. So that's Miss Venus's current chapter rune. Sadia. So Sadia is next, and let me just get the partnership one off there. Okay, so we have Sadia next. So focusing on Sadia's energy. Okay. I do really like to shake it up a little bit sometimes, so I'm sorry if it's loud. So Sadia, focusing on your rune. I am sorry if it's loud. I'm so close to the mic as well. Okay. Oh, okay. A lot of wrong way on their side. A lot on their side. Okay. So again, I have 4 to choose from. 4 to choose from here. So I'm going to go with, I think, I'm going with this one, which I will show. And how is everyone as well? I am really sorry about rescheduling. I don't like to do it, but I do get a bit busy. So I'll show it first as the actual rune. This is the way up that I came, which is actually the right way. So I'll just find it on here as well. So it's called Retreat. It's called Retreat. There we go. So there it is, Retreat. So Sadia's rune is Retreat. And when it's the right way, it's actually very commonly associated with real physical property, actually. So it can indicate things like moving home, or buying your home, or sometimes it can be when we acquire property through some way, like an inheritance or something like that. It very often points to physical property. So if you're looking for a home at the moment, or you're thinking of moving location, it can be a very positive message about that, good luck about that. And we do have, so the physical move, sometimes it can be a job move as well. So it's more commonly about the actual home setting, safety, security. Sometimes even if you're in the middle of paying off a mortgage or something, it can be having some unexpected help with that. Just a really positive message about the physical home, physical security, physical safety. But they're the most common meanings of the rune, but it can sometimes be a positive message about changing career path, changing job, getting a promotion or something like that. The home and safety is all involved in the root chakra, and so is our work as well. So it was us feeling safe and secure. It's all about feeling safe in our home and having enough money. So home and money is what this rune surrounds, and you got the positive way up, so that's a good thing. Shedding old skin and knowing when to stand your ground as well. So if you're feeling kind of like that, if you're feeling like this isn't really resonating with your current chapter, or you don't really see any indication of anything along those lines, along finance, home, money in your current chapter, then it could be indication as well to do a lot of physical grounding, like actually grounding into the earth, or a situation where you need to stand your ground as well, because sometimes it's nice to give others the benefit of the doubt and not be so forceful and strong in our stance, and kind of let them have that win if they want that win, kind of thing. If it's someone we love, letting them have the upper hand and just kind of going along with it, stepping back. But this is about taking standing your ground, knowing that you are in the right and standing your ground. So sometimes this kind of, even though it's a current chapter rune, sometimes this money and this luck in money, luck in home, and luck in work or finances can come after we've grounded, stood our ground, and shed old skin. So sometimes the current chapter is standing our ground, physically grounding into the earth and shedding old skin, and then once we do that, we then step into this more financial abundant, or changing location, or whatever it is. So if that doesn't sound like something that's available for you in this current chapter, then think about standing your ground, grounding, and shedding any old skin as well. Anything that you... Sometimes there's things we really know that we should be releasing, we should let go, and we should move on from, but we just kind of hold on to things from the past because it's difficult to let go sometimes. So just think about that, Sadia. Think about how that might relate to you. Because there's a lot in that rune, there's a lot of positivity in that rune that could come. But do you need to do a bit of grounding, shedding old skin, and releasing a little bit first before it fully comes in for you? Okay, so then we have Takeo, who I know and believe I have read for before, but I'm not feeling super connected here. Let me just take a moment, because I do believe I've read for Takeo before. Let me just take a moment here. Yeah, I'm going to go with it. I'm going to feel into this energy. I'm going to hit myself in the face doing that in a second. So... this is Takeo. Which rune is... oh, let's get that one off the screen. It might influence us. It might influence our runes here. Takeo. Oh, okay, a lot of right way runes here, but I'm automatically drawn to one right here. So... very automatically and quickly drawn to that rune. I will show these ones, even though they're very pretty runes, and it is very nice to use them, you know, when you can see in person. But ring lights just don't allow us to see their beauty. So strength. Strength is the name of this rune, and there it is. You can see. Yeah, you can see that's that rune there. Strength. So strength. So you're being called to have strength, Chico. So it's terminations and new beginnings. It's about outgrowing one aspect of your life. So the rune itself doesn't indicate exactly which aspect you've outgrown. You may know better yourself. You know, as I speak sometimes, I say you've outgrown a certain aspect of your life. Sometimes it clicks within that person and they think, yes, I know what this aspect is. But it's basically about growing out of one aspect of your current life. Understanding I'm so sorry. Understanding that darkness can be part of a cycle. Okay, so this rune, it is a positive rune because it's taking you into a new chapter. That's a positive chapter. It's not to say that the next chapter isn't positive. It's not to say that the next... So, in fact, it's very indicative that the next chapter is positive. But the thing with this rune is that you really are called to draw on your own inner strengths, because one aspect of your life is releasing, and sometimes there's darkness that is disguised, a new opportunity that is disguised as darkness. So as we go through these kind of cycles in life, we go through negative cycles and positive cycles and all of that. And a lot of the rune messages are about death and rebirth, and going from kind of not knowing where you are, almost like trying to find your way through a dark period, and then coming to this great light. And the runes kind of signify different stages of that, and that's why this rune is strength, because it's telling you that you do have immense strength to draw from, but it's not kind of sugarcoating the fact that this current period that you're going through is going to have some darkness, and it might have like a negative situation that actually brings about more positive change. So sometimes we have like we say a blessing disguised as a curse is the right phrase, I think. So it's actually a blessing, and it's really positive where you're going to with this rune, but there's no kind of sugarcoating the fact that there is going to be some darkness, some uncertainty, some not knowing, and perhaps some feeling a little bit lost as well. So if you do feel any of that, if you're feeling darkness, if you're feeling a bit lost, if you're feeling like you're questioning if you're going in the right direction, you know, if you're going through any of that uncertainty, you're actually on the right path. So sometimes it can be very challenging and difficult to feel uncertainty, but this rune is really telling you that that uncertainty is necessary, because you're coming to the light at the end of that darkness. So the runes, most of the runes are positive, but they can be very direct, and they won't sugarcoat things for you. So they're not just telling you about that end goal and about that light. They really will say, like, there's going to be some struggle here, there's going to be some darkness here, but it's all about your inner strengths, and you really are... It's not necessarily that you're going to be tested. You're not going to have great challenges or anything, like bad luck or difficulties. It's more just that you're not really going to know if you're going in the right direction. It's that uncertainty. So it's not that it's going to be really negative in any way, but there's just going to be a lot of uncertainty around it. You're just going to kind of be like, is this the right direction? Isn't this the right direction? A lot of unclarity, not a lot of clarity, until the clarity does come in the end. So trust your own inner strengths, go with your own inner strengths, and if you do feel like that, if you do feel like, wow, I'm really not sure, you know, you feel indecisive in one moment, in one decision, you feel like, you know, some pressure's being put on you in some decision, whatever it is, just know that the clarity will come in that situation, and that you only need to have strength to take whatever this darkness is, whatever this uncertainty is, and whatever isn't unclear at the moment. Just kind of keep your head forward, keep your own strength, and have that knowledge that the universe and your guides have drawn you this rune to tell you that your strength will get you through to the light that is coming. So that was for Taco, I believe. Yes. So next we have Woo. So we have Woo next. I'm really happy with how many people came on. I'm really happy. Thanks, guys. It's really nice to have some regulars and very beautiful, kind souls to practice with here. So, I mean, I do rune readings quite often, but I'm not like this, not live. So Woo, this is for Woo. If I didn't mention, this is for Woo. And Leon, perhaps, I don't know how far down the chat it is, but Leon, if you could just tell people that I'm just going in order, and everyone whose message will get a rune in the order of the message, basically. So I'm only up to Woo at the moment. Okay, Woo, another one. Barely any right way runes. So okay, so where do I have guidance here? It's going to have to be that one. It's the only one that's really completely flat. So let me just find the name. Okay, yes, it's initiation. Initiation. So let's just find that one. There we are. So this is the... Am I holding it the right way? Yes, so that's the right way to me. So... this is a confusing one. So it's... Oh no, that is the right way. Yeah, sorry. Getting confused there. Yes, so we have initiation for Woo. And this is a very beautiful rune, because this is that kind of phoenix rising from the ashes kind of energy. So it's not necessarily to say, I know when we think about the phoenix rising from the ashes, we think that it's like this huge death and rebirth and everything has to disintegrate and burn to ashes to rise. It's not necessarily saying that, but it's just that kind of energy. It's like anything that does burn to ashes, anything that does kind of, any area of your life that may seem to be falling apart or just fizzling away in some way, you're going to build even more positive, even, you know, whatever it was. Like, let's say, just for example, let's say it was a job, and that job is kind of no longer, it's no more. What you're going to build from that then is something more profound, something better, something more abundant. So yeah. What other notes? I do have some notes on them. So the phoenix is your totem animal at the moment, is what I've put as a nice message there, because it's the A lot of the runes talk about kind of mind, body and spirit, and they're very spiritual in their message, like a lot of divination practices are. And some runes will be telling us about how it's our time to act, and it's our it's all about our action and our being proactive, our manifestations. Whereas the initiation rune is very much about unseen and unknown forces that you may call the universe, your guides, God, whatever you call it. There's some unseen, very positive force that is helping you as well there, and you will rise from the ashes. A surprise, unexpected gains you will begin to see from a higher perspective as well. So I feel like, I know when I read for Woo, I always feel like I really well, I wouldn't say make a lot of assumptions, but I do feel like Woo does see from a higher perspective. I feel like Woo is the kind of person where if anything was to burn to ashes, to put it in the Phoenix like terminology, I do feel like Woo is very capable of like rebuilding that and making it even better than it was. I really feel that kind of that strength, warrior spirit energy from Woo. But the unexpected gains is an interesting note that I made sure to note I made some notes to make sure not to miss certain things. So unexpected gains is an important message within this rune. So yes, there's a lot of very spiritual aspect of it, of no matter what you go through, no matter what may fail or go wrong or have bad luck or whatever in this period, no matter what may kind of trip you up or try to trip you up, or whatever negative energies may come to you, you're just going to build on that, rise from those ashes and make it even better. But there's also this idea of unexpected gains. So there's luck energy as well, because we are talking a lot about the spiritual and unseen forces. So there's a lot about Woo's own spiritual strengths, spiritual powers, determination, strength of character and all of that. But there's also the very spiritual, unseen, the universe and the guides also working for her. So some unexpected gains as well. So there's a balance of two. It's very much about having the ability within your own power and your own manifestation and determination to rebuild from anything that might go wrong, but some unexpected luck, some unexpected gains from the universe as well. So just a little bit extra there from the universe as well. And that was for Woo. So up to Jan. And hello, if I didn't say hello to everyone, I can't remember now. Okay, so we have Jan next. Yes, let's do Jan's. Let's shake this up with the energy of Jan and get rid of that one. Okay, so which rune is for Jan? Yeah, I'm feeling that one, which is what we will call the possessions rune. There we are. So the possessions rune here. How are the pictures in the corner, guys? Are they? I assume they're good enough. I know these ones are a little bit too glittery for you to see. So we have the possessions rune. So the possessions rune is a lot about its fulfillment, ambition, satisfaction. It's not all about like physical possessions. So we have holistically. So holistic ambitions, holistic satisfaction, holistic fulfillment, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. If you feel fulfilled in one area more than another right now, then you need to open up. So it is very common. Not a lot of us are balanced in mind, body, and spirit completely, entirely, all the time. It just doesn't happen. A lot of us, when we really focus on the spiritual path, we kind of, we may dwindle a little bit in perhaps our finances, or, perhaps you're feeling very financial and spiritually abundant, but your relationship sides, friendships, family, romantic relationships may be dwindling a little bit. So we're being called to open up and thinking of conserving your gifts as well. So first we have that holistic nature of mind, body, and spirit. Think about where you feel least gifted at the moment. So is your mind, body, or spirit any of those areas slightly less gifted than the others? Open up that area. So it's as simple as kind of like affirming, asking your guides, saying, thinking about that rune, I feel like my mind and my spirit are really open and they're receiving these blessings and I feel satisfied. But actually my body, I'm having a bit of digestive issue, or I'm having muscle aches, or I'm having something like that. Just open up further to the universe or God or your angels or whatever it is, and just say, I'm happy for the satisfaction that I do feel, but I would like to open up more to this aspect, to receiving satisfaction in this aspect. So just think about that. Think about where you may be falling a little bit short, and just open up to allow the universe to pour that into you. And conserving gifts. So sometimes when we do manifestations, one thing we sometimes forget about is really conserving our gifts, because when we do, so let's go with that body example for Jan. So let's say that Jan's mind and spirit is so abundant and she's feeling like she's just on top of the world, mentally and spiritually. She just feels so elated, but it's her physical body where she's opening up and asking a little bit for this help a little bit. That's great, it's really good to open up and to request a little bit more and ask for a little bit more, but you always should be grateful and very appreciative of what you do already have. So not just saying, I'm open up to the physical side, becoming as high as my mental and spiritual, but also I'm very thankful for the mental and spiritual. Like, I'm so grateful and thankful to the universe or to my God or whatever it is for those. So when we manifest, we really do think about what we want, but sometimes we can lack a little bit in keeping thankful and appreciative for what we do have and conserving those gifts, because the more thankful you are for what you continue to receive, the more you keep them. So conserving gifts, when we're very thankful for the gift, we continue to conserve them. So yeah, so I'm not having a go at Jan there and saying she's not thankful or anything like that. But I'm just saying, in general, we can all be like that sometimes, especially when we have a very tunnel vision focus about what we want. We can sometimes forget to, count our blessings for those positive things we've been continually given. So But yes, Jan, if there is one area that you're feeling a little bit lesser in, open up to that. Know that you're worthy of it. Know that it is there for you to receive, and open up to that. But yes, it's about satisfaction and fulfillment. So it's a really great rune to get. And it does show that satisfaction and fulfillment are available in your current chapter, in this current chapter that you're in, moving forward into that near future. So that was for Jan. So who do we have next? We have Watch Geeks. Okay. I'm just going to double check. Is Leon posting here in the chat? Yeah, thank you, Leon. I see a lot of messages there. Okay. So, where was I up to? Sorry? Did I skip someone? No, Watch Geeks. Yeah, I'm up to Watch Geeks. Okay. So let's shake those up. Very familiar with Watch Geeks energy, so that's okay. Let's just shake those up. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Forever sniffing on these streams, aren't I? Right, okay. Okay. I've spotted Watch Geeks rune here. And guys, some of you may end up getting the same rune. I'm not, opposed to two people near each other having the same rune. I'm not purposely choosing different runes on purpose. It's just happening. There are quite a few runes here at the moment. But yeah, don't be surprised if you get a repeated rune from someone who's already been on stream, because there is 25 runes, I believe. There's 25, yeah. So some of you may get the same rune. But at the moment, we have the warrior rune here. So, oh, there it is, warrior. So here we have warrior rune, and this is Watch Geek rune. So you are a spiritual warrior. Allow the will of the universe to flow through you. Your anxieties will begin to release into true trust. So it does suggest, when we get the warrior rune, it does suggest that you probably know that you have quite warrior energy. You probably know that you're quite a strong person with sometimes a narrow focus, a narrow-minded focus, not in terms of being narrow-minded, but in terms of having that specific manifestation that you're working towards. I have a hair on my face somewhere. Just trying to get it off. It's itching me. Right, okay. So, yeah, a narrow-minded focus, but in a good way. Like, you have the desires that you want to achieve, and you're working towards achieving them, and that's good. Warrior energy. But it does suggest that you have anxieties. So there are anxieties to release, and you're being called to kind of a rune can't just tell you to release anxieties, of course. Anxiety is a real thing that people feel in different situations and things like that. But the warrior rune is just calling you to open up and to have a bit more trust, or to keep your level of trust. Because sometimes when we get the warrior rune, sometimes we get the rune that we really need in that moment. So if you're particularly nervous about something, you have this particular anxiety, these worries about a certain thing, the warrior rune is just reminding you of your warrior energy and of your ability to tap into it, And it's again, like I was saying before, the runes are very much about this balance between sometimes us as an individual has to put forward a manifestation and be proactive, but sometimes we are called to kind of trust the universe and let the universe work for us as well. And even though the warrior rune is telling you that you have warrior spirit, don't forget about it, and kind of keep hold of that part of yourself and be in that part of yourself, step in to that part of yourself. It's also about telling you to keep that part of yourself no matter what the universe is throwing at you, and allowing the universe to shift the anxieties away from you. So as long as you step in to your warrior energy, as long as you stay in your warrior energy, the universe will work on shifting your worries, shifting your anxieties, and shifting your doubts. So it's giving you a bit of a terms and conditions, you know, keep in that warrior energy, but then trust also that the universe will work with you. It will meet you halfway, and it will release some of those worries, doubts, and anxieties that you have. So that was for Watch Geeks. And we have Janine next. We have Janine. So, which rune, let me get rid of this one. Which is the right rune for Janine? Sometimes you do feel like just giving it an extra little shake. Oh, okay, a lot of these are the right way. A lot of them. So really have to choose my guidance here with this one. Okay. Yeah, that one's really standing out to me. Ooh. So, what's it called? Harvest. Harvest. There we are. And this is Janine's rune of harvest. So, the harvest rune is very interesting because the harvest rune is all about 1 year. So another name for this rune is 1 year. It's very much about planting seeds and that kind of year process of you plant a seed, you watch it grow, you know, you nurture it a little bit, and then you reap the harvest in the end after that year. So this rune is very indicative of a year time frame. So it's an interesting rune because, like I know I said that current period runes, but sometimes we get. Sorry, I had to catch my breath there. Breathless. Right. The year is sometimes because we need to take kind of I don't know what to call it, keep a check on how that seed progresses, basically. So, you know, keeping a check on any seeds that we've planted. It's all about seeing how you progress over a year's time. So some of us do this from birthday to birthday. Some of us do this from new year to new year, you know. We like to just take a look back, see how far we've come in a year. And that's always a really interesting practice, especially for those of us who journal, who write down what we want to achieve, or affirmations, perhaps the kind of partner that we want, or the kind of job that we want, you know. And then we look back after the year and we think, did we achieve that? And the harvest rune is very much about planting those seeds now. So it doesn't matter how small the steps that you are taking to your goals are. It doesn't matter how small the seeds are, you know. Are you just planting the seed now? You know, has it just been planted recently and you're just watering it a little bit? It doesn't matter how far along you are. And that's what having the harvest rune in your current period is about. It's about thinking, have I achieved anything I wanted to from the last year? Did I plant any seeds? Did I even think about that, you know? And if you didn't, perhaps think about that now. And, oh, I didn't put my charger in, hold on. There we go, we should be charging now. Yes, we're charging, okay. So for Janine, if you have a specific goal that perhaps you're not working towards yet, or you haven't put much, you know, proactive energy into working towards yet, it's really telling you to don't be overwhelmed in any way, because like I said, it's a year rune. So it's all about, no matter how small the steps are, just take them. It doesn't matter how small they are, you know. Perhaps your step today is, I'm going to actually be very affirmative about what I want, and I'm going to just write it down in a sentence, and that's it. You know, that could be how small your step is. Or you know, my dream is to live in a different country. Well, actually, I've never thought about which country it is. You know, perhaps today I'm just going to chill out and watch some videos of some countries that interest me, and, you know, think about where I might like to live. Or, you know, it could be anything as silly or as small as it is. It's just about any small step you can take, and really knowing that this rune is a long period. So this, when we do the future rune, you're very welcome, of course, to come on to the future rune. That doesn't mean that because you got the year rune that you can't have a future rune. In a rune reading, I tend to do 6 runes, so it's totally fine to have a future reading if you want to come on another stream. But the harvest is very much telling you, sometimes we get this if we're the kind of person who does feel overwhelmed by things. So if you dream very big and what you want is very big, sometimes it can be difficult to break that down into small steps. Sometimes it can be daunting to break that down into small steps. And sometimes when we feel daunted, when things feel daunting to us, we just don't do them at all. So this rune is really telling you that your dreams and your ambitions and your goals may take a long time, and that's okay. You know, a year, even if it's longer than a year, you know, the rune generally is a year, but it doesn't mean that you have to achieve all of your goals within a year. It's just kind of allowing you to take a step back and think. Everyone's time frame, everyone's time frame is different. Everyone's, you know, journey, everyone's pace is different, and your journey and your pace maybe it's quicker. Maybe you have huge dreams and you can achieve them within 1 year, where most people it would take more than that, you know. And it's not always that it's going to take longer for you. It's not at all. Sometimes maybe it's you have this really big dream, and actually when you start making those small steps, you're actually a lot quicker than other people. You know, sometimes you might look back at how far you come in a year, and actually it might be just so much further than you ever thought you'd come. So I'm not necessarily saying that you're slow or your pace is slow, but I'm just saying that be mindful of that. Be mindful that if you do have any of those kind of fear feelings about stepping forward, about making steps, don't worry about how small they are, just do them. And always look back to where you were last year at this time last year, and pat yourself on the back. Make a list of all those things you never thought you would do, and just look at them and think, wow, I did all of that. That's your current rune. So your current rune is really telling you, A, you've come so far, but B, you're also going very far as well. So it's a very nice rune. And that was for Janine. So then we have Luna. Hello, Luna. This is for Luna. Oh. Okay, that's really standing out to me. And this is... don't remember the name of this one. Okay, so we have the protection rune for Luna, and we actually have this rune upside down. So this is the first time we've had a rune come up upside down on this stream. So you can see Luna's rune is upside down. So what this rune actually means when it's upside down, so it doesn't mean that you're not protected. It's not about not being protected. But there are some warnings within this rune. So the first warning with this rune is to really look after your physical health. So it's not to say that there's anything seriously wrong with you or anything like that, so don't worry. But sometimes we can overlook physical health in some way. So do you exercise too much? Do you not exercise enough? Do you eat too much of the wrong foods? Or sometimes you don't eat too much of the wrong food, but sometimes you might have like a vitamin deficiency in some way as well. So it's just to be mindful, you know, don't overwork yourself, don't overstress. If you need any time for your mental health or for just resting your physical health, make sure that you take that. So listen to your mind, listen to your physical body. If you need to rest, do that. And don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilt at all about taking any time that you need for rest and relaxation. And if you do need to perhaps take up a bit more exercise, I do personally myself. So this is probably my rune as well. Anything that you need to do, whether it's taking a bit more of a rest or being a bit more active, make sure that you're doing that and taking a bit of notice of your physical health. But also, there is a warning of other people. So there's going to be someone, they may not be in your life right now at this current period, but they may not be in your life right now in this current moment, but they will be within this current period. So they may be coming in or trying to come in, trying to make themselves known to you, trying to like creep into your life. They don't have your best interests at heart. They are selfish, and they will try to use you. So a bit of a warning more with this rune. It's not to say that anything negative is going to happen. This rune is more a precautionary measure. So look after your health so that something bad doesn't happen. Look after your mental health so that you don't overstress, overworry, don't get sleep issues and all of those things. But really be most mindful about this person, because this person does come into your life in this current period, this current chapter, and they will try to use you in some way. So sometimes this can be someone from the past coming back in, acting like they're sorry or acting like they have positive intentions. Sometimes it can be at work, so it could be that someone's guilt tripping you to do more work than you should, more than your workload, you know. So this one's just really a warning. So just be very careful, look after your health, take rest, and be cautious of people in your life, especially people who may be kind of like creeping their way back in. If it feels like someone may be taking advantage of you, take a step back, because it sounds like they are. So that was for Luna. So now we have oh, thank you, Jan. Thank you very much. So Jan says, highly recommend Venus's full rune reading. It's very interesting and gives a lot of insight. Thank you very much. It's always nice to have a nice little review in the comments as well. So now we're up to Kaylee. So we have Kaylee's rune now. So what is the rune for Kaylee? Oh. I feel like I need to kind of touch these to get a feel for that. Okay, yeah, I'm drawn to a specific one. Oh, I don't know if anyone had this one yet, I can't remember. This rune we have fertility. We have the fertility rune here. There we are. So you may be called to work with the moon. So sometimes the fertility rune, sorry, I have pins and needles in my leg right now. So the fertility rune can call us to work with the moon. Completion is needed. So there's some aspect in your life that needs completion. So this can be some loose ends that need tying up. It can be a project that you started but didn't quite finish. It can be just some kind of hobby or creative outlet that you left on the back burner, and you're just kind of being called to step into that a little bit, because fertility, yes, is very literal in the sense of being in fertility for giving birth, in the very literal sense. But fertility is all about birthing new ideas, birthing new creations. So it isn't always exactly physical. It can be birthing new ideas, birthing new creations. And when we are being given this very fertile message that's all about new things and new birth, it's very important to complete old things as well. So sometimes in a kind of spiritual, mind, body and spirit connection, when someone's trying to conceive, when someone's trying to conceive and they can't, sometimes there's more of a spiritual aspect to it, where there's something that they haven't complete yet. So they're not, there's a block in their physical conception because there's something else that they haven't completed. So when we're heading into this brand new territory of brand new things, birthing new ideas, creation, new creation, we always need to make sure that the old is completed, and the old is, there's a full stop behind the old, and then the new can then come in, and we can then give birth to those creations as well. So it's also about not worrying about taking risks as well, not being too scared to do things that scare you, okay? So risk taking is okay in this current period, within reason, of course. If something scares you a little bit, gives you a little bit of anxiety, it may be a good idea to just dive into it a little bit as well. Yes, so I've also written there, you are a chrysalis at this current moment, and you're being ready, or you are ready to emerge into a butterfly. So there's a lot that goes on with the fertility rune. It can be very literal, physical fertility, physical birth. It can be birthing new ideas, new creations, new businesses, and all of those things, and transformation of oneself. Feeling like you're kind of cocooned, you're kind of perhaps in your comfort zone, and then you take risks, you do something that scares you a little bit, and you emerge as the butterfly as well. So it's very beautiful and very multifaceted kind of rune. And yeah, but just make sure that you are completing anything that, if it's important to you, or if it was important to you at one point. It's, like I said, creative projects, or for some people, it's like if they're writing a story, quite a lot of people that I talk to have kind of novels or stories that they're almost finished with, and they've been almost finished with for a very long time. So if you have some kind of creative thing like that, maybe think about finishing that and kind of get that completion on the go, because then your new ideas and your new projects and your new things are going to come there. So it's a very beautiful rune. And then we have Maggie. We have Maggie. Just checking Facebook for a moment. I know a few of you sent messages, so... Clara, hello! I just saw your Facebook. We'll keep you and Shandni and Clara, we'll keep you there, your details there. Although I'm sure I already know you, Clara. Maggie's turn, so it's Maggie's rune now. Let's get Kaylee's fertility rune from the stream. Guys, I'm very, very close to the top, so I'm just at Maggie AJ now. If you're very, very first in, I may have missed you because YouTube doesn't let me see the first few posts. But I began with Miss Venus because that is the Miss Venus was the first I saw. So I've done Miss Venus, Sadia, Takeo, Woo, Jan, WatchGeeks, Janine, Luna, and Kaylee, and now I'm up to Maggie. So if you were in like super early and I didn't manage to get to you, it's because YouTube like blocks how far up I can go. So I'm just making my way like through any message, all messages, even if you didn't ask for runes. If you just said hi Venus, I'm still making my way through messages there. So we're up to Maggie. Okay, so let's pick which rune is standing out the most to us here. Okay, actually there's only one that's the right way. And we've already had this one and I can't remember the name again. Initiation, yes, it was initiation. So we have initiation again here for Maggie as well. So Wu had initiation and we also have initiation as well for Maggie, yeah. So yes, initiation for Maggie as well there. There you go. Yes, so it's about the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's about you having the capability and the ability to achieve from any failures, any downfall, anything that kind of, any block in your path, anything that puts a block in your path, anything that might kind of try to bring you down. So sometimes it can just be that you tried something in the past and you failed, you weren't very, as educated on it as you are now, or something like that, or it was your first try or something like that. It can be if there's been a physical external block in your way. It can be if someone maliciously tried to bring you down, anything that tried to kind of just burn whatever you were trying to do, or you as a person, down to ashes. You are rising from those ashes. The phoenix is your totem animal. It's all about that beautiful bird, the phoenix, that rises from the ashes. But it's even more than that when we get this rune. When we get this rune, it's kind of about not only do you make the most of those ashes and you rise again, but you rise again bigger and better. So the main message from this rune is to not let any person or any failure or any block in your path get you down, because you are, it's almost the same as that warrior energy rune, because you really are taking on that warrior energy. You have the ability to rise from the ashes, and you really can succeed and achieve and do amazing things. So sometimes it can be something like you did a venture and you know, it didn't go great, but it didn't go too bad, and it was just kind of left at that. And then you never really thought about it until maybe recently, and you want to kind of try again. It's that indication, that message, that kind of support, that you need to say yes, do try it again, because it's going to be bigger and better this time. It's all about emerging bigger and better. So, and also a surprise and unexpected gains. I almost forgot to say that on woos as well. So a surprise and unexpected gains coming your way. So sometimes there can be, especially if you're going through like a hard time at the moment, you may realize, money or a job or a relationship or something in an unexpected way. You may feel down in one aspect of your life, So like we've been talking about the mind, body and spirit, and you know, your finances, your relationships, your spiritual aspect, your physical health and all of those things, you may have been feeling particularly down in one of those aspects, and that may be the ashes. And what this rune is telling you is that you're going to emerge bigger and brighter within that. So sometimes it can be the re-emerging of an old relationship, a reconciliation, and a lot of the time we're told, don't go back to that person. Don't go back to that person because it's the past and you should cut the past off, which many times is true. But when you get this rune and it is about relationships, sometimes it can be telling you that you're actually the 1 in 10, you know. When you re-emerge in this relationship, you are both going to work through it and you are both going to be bigger and better this time. So it's all about emerging bigger and better in whatever aspect of your life you want to take that, or where you want to apply that. Kind of look out, because this is your current period rune. So for Wu and for Maggie, although you're both getting the same rune, it may be working in different aspects of your life. So for Wu, it might be work. For Maggie, it might be relationships. For Wu, it might be for physical health. For Maggie, it might be, I don't know, a friendship, you know, a reconciliation of a friendship or something like that, or reconciliation with a family member. It's all about something that seemed to be ashes, that just seemed to be dead, disintegrating and all of that, emerging from that, becoming bigger and better, and really take on the energy of the phoenix. The phoenix totem animal is such an amazing animal to get, because it shows us that our failings, whether it's your own personal failure or some external block that got in your way, it's showing you that it's not going to keep you down. You're really going to rise from that and become bigger and better. So it's a really nice rune to get, and it can only mean good things. The only thing about it is you have to kind of keep a lookout, be observant about where that may manifest in your life. Is it a relationship? Is it work? You know, is it trying an old business that failed in the past? You know, whatever you feel it might be for you, just, you know, focus on that, work on that, rise from those ashes. But do expect a surprise, unexpected gains. So you may get financial help or help in some way that you didn't expect from someone external as well. So the phoenix is very much about you having the ability to rise from the ashes, you having the ability to achieve and be better, but there's also this added benefit of external help from somewhere else as well, from somewhere external. So a person, or, you know, a winning maybe, or something like that. So yeah, so that was for Maggie. So I hope you appreciate your reading, guys. Nice to see some people getting the same but very positive and very good readings. So who do we have next? We have a man, Ranji. Hello and welcome. So let's just, did you leave your full name and date of birth? Because I'm happy to go like kind of blind with the runes, but I do prefer to focus on the full name and date of birth if I can. Ah, okay, Sonia. Okay, yeah, amazing. Okay, great. Okay. I just scrolled down and saw a bit more of your message there. Okay, that's wonderful. So we'll focus on that. I really like shaking them up. That's on the wrong screen. Okay, one is alone on its own and it stands out the most straight away. So we've had this one, but I think we only had it upside down. So for Sonia, we are having the separate way here, the upright way. And it was protection, so protection. And we have it the right way for Sonia here. So, of course, it's a symbol of protection. You may have fast-paced transformation in your current period. So, there's an overarching energy of protection from the universe, your guides, God, you know, the unknown forces, as the runes would say. There is a protection around you, but there's a fast-paced transformation in your current period. So sometimes we get this rune when we're manifesting something. So we're really trying to manifest something, and perhaps it's been a little bit slow, a little bit kind of, you know, is it going to happen? Isn't it going to happen? You know, we're sitting back for divine timing a little bit and things like that. But what we're being told now is in this current period, you are having fast-paced transformation. So that transformation, it's not always about a manifestation that you're focusing on, but very often it is. But it's fast-paced transformation anyway, in some way, and it's positive. So it's for the better. So it's a transformative period that is quick. It's you know, you may notice things really rapidly beginning to progress. Sometimes we have these very slow-paced periods where we're just being kind of patient, like I said, waiting for divine timing. That period is kind of over now, or it's coming to a close. Don't forget, this is the current period. So you may just be stepping into it. Sometimes we're just stepping into our current period when it comes up in the rune. Oh yes, so I did put another note on this one because it is very positive, because the transformation and the positive manifestations that are coming to you are going to be very, very fast. But because they're so fast, it can come with intense emotions. Because when we have like a kind of what we could call a normal pace, or a like steady pace transformation, or a steady pace manifestation, we're really able to take it in our stride, feel each of the emotions as they come up, feel each of the new experiences as they come up, and it's quite easy to deal with because it's in that steady pace. But when we get the rune this way, even though we're being told, don't worry, you're protected, but there's also this idea of intense emotions that can be intense highs, but it can also be intense lows as well, because the transformation is so fast that the emotions are quite fast. So it's a bit more difficult to process them, and they may be a bit more intense because they're going so fast. So you are protected, it's mostly positive, and the manifestation that you're having is positive, but there may be some very fast-paced emotions coming, and they may be a little bit intense. So it's just a bit of a warning coming. No matter which way you get this rune, it does come with a warning. So when you get these fast-paced emotions, it's very likely you'll get up and down. So it's not very likely that you'll only get down. Sometimes we only get up, so hopefully for you it's only up, but it's most likely going to be up and down. So what we're told here is that any pain, any low emotions that come within this fast transformation, let that be a teacher to you. So even though it's going to go quite quick and, you know, you might not fully be able to process it as it's happening, when it does settle, when the transformation comes, when the manifestation comes, and you think back to, wow, that kind of whirlwind that just happened, let it teach you. Any pain that you did feel, let that teach you, and further add to this warrior energy that we see. The warrior energy is a current theme in runes, because we do all have it, you know, and we all have the ability to tap into it. So it might be difficult for you as you go through the transformative period because of the intense emotions, but when you do have that steady pace come back, and when you do when things do slow down a little bit, look back on it and try to learn from any pain. So even though when you come out of it things are going to be more positive for you, still try to learn from that pain. So don't just push it to one side. Think back to it, think, you know, there was a reason I went through it, and do try to learn from it and stay in your warrior energy, even when you have your positive manifestation and you're feeling really happy and elated. So that was for Aman or Sonia. So I hope you enjoyed. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word. I hope you enjoyed that reading. I hope you join us again for another reading soon. So now we are up to Flower Beauty. Flower Beauty is a new subscriber. And yes, did you send to... Oh, if you're sending me Facebook of your details, please let me know who you are on Facebook. I mean, on YouTube. Let me know your YouTube name. Because I have two people. I have two people on Facebook. So Flower Beauty, please let me know which one is you. Just message me in Facebook saying I'm Flower Beauty. Because I do have the full name and date of birth, but just not the YouTube name. Yeah, okay, thank you. Wonderful. Okay, great. So this is for Flower Beauty now. I'm just going to take a little moment to focus on the full name and date of birth. Okay. So this is for Flower Beauty now. Oh, we don't have long left, guys. We have 40 minutes left. Let me just see how many people we have. Okay, most people are just repeated questions. Okay. Well, I'll put writing down in like I usually do anyway, just in case. Yeah, a bit of a short one today, but this will definitely be a repeat. Okay. I'm already drawn to it right away. I think this one might be my favourite rune, so... but yeah, I was drawn to it right away for you. It's come up for a few other people and I haven't been quite drawn to it, so... that's not me being biased. I really like this one. So there we have Joy. Yeah. Joy. There we go. So... any blocks that you are having will begin to fall away in mind, body and spirit. So the Joy rune's very beautiful because it is one of those runes that looks at all aspects, mind, body and spirit, and it really delves into it. It's all about joy, and there is a lot of higher power energy in this rune, like your guides, universe, God, you know, all of that. But it's about all of your blocks falling away, a meeting place between heaven and earth. So it's really about finding that serenity, finding that kind of, you know, I always think that line, which is why I put it in the note, a meeting place between heaven and earth, is very beautiful because we, you know, it's no secret that we have suffering here, and we have you know, struggles, and we have challenges, and there are some people who are very tapped into the more evil side of this realm. You know, it's not a secret, and luckily for me, you know, meeting you guys and people like you on here, I don't have to deal with that a lot, but it's no secret. So I always find that line, a meeting place between heaven and earth, very beautiful in the description of this rune. And it also says, your new clarity may change what you feel at the moment. So what it's about is you're coming into this place where blocks, so if you have blocks in mind, body and spirit, they're all going to fall away in this coming period. Some of us only have blocks in one or two of those aspects. You know, perhaps your mind's very strong, but your body and spirit have some blocks. But to the best of your ability in this lifetime, of course, we do have some issues that we have to have as our life lessons, or human life lessons. But to the best of the ability of your guides and of the universe, your blocks in mind, body and spirit are going to release. And this is going to provide you with great clarity. You know, it's interesting, the clarity that is provided with this rune and with this situation. So this current period, these blocks are going to be removed, and you're going to be provided with this great clarity. But now, when that clarity happens, there's going to be a bit of a shift within you that's going to be quite strange, because you're going to see beauty in this life in kind of a different light in a way, because when these blocks remove and your vision is more clear than it's been in previous times, especially in your spiritual sight, you may realise that your goals and ambitions that you wanted, so you know, the goals and the ambitions that you had, like that you have now, or that you had, you know, earlier this year, as this clarity comes over you, you may notice your goals and ambitions actually change a little bit, because when these blocks remove, your new found clarity is going to shine a new light on the world for you. So sometimes I try to give like an example with it. So like, sometimes people who, you know, they have a lot of money and perhaps they might be greedy, and like, I'm not saying this is you, this is just an example, but people who have like a lot of money and they might be quite greedy, if they experience this clarity that you're going to experience, where their mind, body and spiritual blocks disappear, they may notice that all of those ambitions they were having and those things they were working towards, which might have been, let's say, a new house and a new car, they may realise that actually that's not what they actually want anymore, because now that they've seen this clarity, they may realise that what they actually want is to open a homeless shelter, or, you know, give money to charity, or, you know, something like that. You get what I'm saying? So that's just an example. I'm not saying that that's you, but when we do have a really holistic clarity of vision, our ambitions can change a little bit. So just be warned of that. So if you do notice your kind of direction in life shift a little bit, it may be because of this clarity, this holistic clarity coming to you. But it's a very beautiful rune, because it really does, that line about the meeting place between heaven and earth, I really love that, and it really does suggest that you're going to find this great like peace and solace, you know, this really nice serenity within the earthly realm, which not everyone does, because we all have to go through some suffering, and for some of us it's so challenging that we don't quite find that peace. But it does look like you're going to have this like peace and clarity and this really nice serene kind of energy and moment and clarity. But yeah, it might sway your direction a little bit, but that's all part of life, that's all part of learning, and it is a very positive and beautiful rune. And that was for Flower Beauty. And welcome to the community, Flower Beauty. I do hope that we see you again soon. Do check on my homepage my upcoming streams, because I have quite a few. I have past life reading, starseed reading, we have crystal ball every week if we can. Yeah, we're always doing different types of readings, so you're very welcome to come back again. Jasmine, so up to Jasmine now. I just want to make sure that we do get to Aries in time. So we have Jasmine, we have Clara, we have Lalima, we have Kevin, we have Preeti, we have Shweta, we have Megha, and then we have Aries. Okay, so we have like 8 people left. Oh my gosh, I really hope we can get through these. Guys, if I don't get through you all today, I will have to schedule another one, but it can be very, very soon. So if I don't get through everyone today, let me just check my page here. Because I started a bit later, Leon has work tomorrow. I can't be like staying up too late this evening. But let me just check. So the upcoming streams. Trying to see the soonest that we could do this again. Sunday, so we could do Sunday. I'm pretty sure we could do Sunday. So if I do not manage to get to everyone today, actually I'm going to write a physical list, because as you know, don't tend to go back through the stream. So let's just see who we have. We have So we have Clara, Lalima, Kevin, Preeti, Shweta. I know, I'm taking more time writing the list really, aren't I? But wait, I feel like I've missed some people out now because I thought there was 8 people. Did I do Jasmine? No, I can't even think if I did Jasmine. Oh my gosh. I'm feeling flustered because of how hectic today has been. Jasmine, just let me know. Did I do your reading? Oh, I can't remember. I think Leon's on a bit of a... Oh no, he says... Why do you have Lalima after... Didn't you have Clara? It looks like Leon's seeing the chat different to me. Oh my days. I'm just going to put Jasmine there just in case. And I'm like not even remembering if I did Jasmine now. Jasmine, Clara, Lalima, Kevin, Preeti, Shweta, Magha, Aries, and then Pooja. Unicort. I'm just writing them out because when I'm out of the chart, I won't be able to see the messages properly. Joe, we have Joe too. And we have Vibe Check. And we have Carolina. Hello and welcome, Carolina. Very nice to see new people. So, I do not have long left. I have about half an hour left. So I'm going to do as many as I can in half an hour. But now I have the rest of you guys written down. So, here. So I will have a list next time for the ones who did not get a reading, and you'll be first. And I think it will be Sunday. So hopefully that should be good enough. That should be a good enough date for you guys. If anyone really can't do Sunday, let me know. Probably like a mix up between Sunday and Monday, see if we can. But yeah, so if I don't get to you, stay with me, stay subscribed. I'll make a list for next time, and everyone who's on this list now. So Jasmine, Clara, Lalima, Kevin, Preeti, Shweta, Magha, Aries, Pooja, Bunnycord, Joe, Vibe Check, and Carolina. You're all going to get a go. If I don't manage to get to you today, because I only have half an hour left, then you will be put on the list for next time, and you will be given priority next time, which should be Sunday, if Sunday's okay, which hopefully it should be okay with us. Yeah, I didn't think we did Jasmine. This is Jasmine's now, so we have Jasmine now. I don't want to rush the readings, so it'll be best to schedule Sunday for those of us, the rest of us. So Jasmine, yeah. Okay, only one that is the right way, so that's definitely Jasmine's rune. And this is one we've had before, and it's an interesting one because it's one where it's the same both ways. There it is. Harvest! So it doesn't matter which way you get this rune, it's the same. And this is harvest. So the harvest is all about that 1 year, like I said. So it often means that you've come a very far way in a year, but it's also about taking inventory of, was there somewhere you thought that you should be by now and you aren't? Or have you, out excelled yourself? Have you over excelled yourself? So it's very much about taking your own inventory, understanding that pace is different for everyone, and that where, some of you may have outdone yourself. You may have outdone yourself within the last year. And it's all about planting seeds to harvest. So it's not about feeling overwhelmed if you have a specific goal or desire, monetary goal, I want to get married by this year, I want to do this by this year, I want to move house by this year. It's not about feeling overwhelmed by what you want to do in the next year. It's about knowing that you have 365 days and you have so much time, and things are manifesting at the correct pace for you. So don't forget that this rune is a positive rune. It's telling you that what you have done within the last year is, you're where you're meant to be now. And if there is anything that you meant to do that you didn't do, it's all about taking inventory of that and really planting your seeds. And your seeds can be the smallest tasks, If you have these big goals and big ambitions, just break it down into the smallest tasks. Like I said before, as simple as writing your manifestations down, writing them down in detail, and just saying, that's my seed for the day. My seed for the day is just saying what I want. Because a huge part of getting what we want is actually knowing what we want. When we actually know what we want, it's actually incredible how quick we can achieve it. But sometimes we just don't know. So when we get the year rune, it's really about thinking about that. Just because you've achieved a lot in the year, doesn't mean that, just because you've achieved a lot in the year, it doesn't mean that you intended to. Sometimes you just achieve a lot because you're kind of going with the flow and it just happens. But if you were being very intentful, if you were really living your life with intent, would you have achieved the same things? What do you really want? So the harvest rune is very much the rune of manifestation. It's very much the rune of where we want to be, where we want to be going, where we are, and where we want to be going. So it's not to discount yourself for what, it's not to discount yourself for what you didn't achieve. It's very much about patting yourself on the back, being very proud of yourself for what you did achieve. But if there was any area that you really you feel a bit down about, you feel like, I really wish I did achieve that, or I wish I would have put more focus on that, more effort into that. You know, sometimes we get so swept up with the current of life. Like coronavirus is like a huge example of that, you know. How many of us where we thought we were going to be by the end of that year, you know? So many crazy things can happen in life. So it's not about looking back and feeling sad or feeling it's not about looking back and feeling sad. It's looking back and thinking, wow, I did all that with all the things that were thrown at me. And yeah, maybe I'm a little bit off track, or maybe you're exactly on track, you know? But if you are a little bit off track, don't worry about that, because this rune is now saying you have this whole next year. You're continually planting seeds. Perhaps you've already planted quite a few. Just continue to water them. You're on the right path. You're doing the right thing. The main message from the harvest card, I always call them cards, I'm sorry if I do that. The main thing about the harvest rune is that it is telling you that you're on the right track. It is telling you that your actions and your intentions are going to take you to your goals. So it's a very positive rune, and it's often a reminder to pat yourself on the back, because we don't do that enough. We don't do that often enough. We're very quick to kind of be critical of ourselves, but we're not always as quick to be proud of ourselves. So be proud of yourself. But it is a good rune to just remind you to keep focus if you have, for whatever reason, whether it was out of your control or not. It's just a reminder to kind of keep that focus, and no matter how small your little sprouts are from those seeds, just keep watering them, because they will grow. It's a very positive rune. I really like that rune. And thank you guys for helping me with the list there. So that was Jasmine. So let's look. And yeah, just in case anyone is new in, we're doing current chapter runes at the moment. And Sunday will be current chapter runes as well. But perhaps like next month we'll do some future runes for you guys. So I think we are up to Clara. Let me just double check. And Leon, if you could just let anyone else, if anyone new comes in, just let them know that no one else will get a reading, but they can be added to the list if they want to. So Clara! We're up to Clara now. Okay, one does stand out to me quite a lot. The name of this one is Growth. So I don't think we've had this one yet. There we go. Growth. So we have the growth rune here. Sorry, I'm really sorry if the cough's really loud. There is an aspect of your life that is developing into the next level. Okay, so it could be, if you're in a relationship, it could be higher commitment, yeah, so it's an aspect of your life that's developing into the next stage. So if you're single, it could be getting into a relationship. If you're in a relationship, it could be getting into a if you're single, yeah, if you're single, it could be dating. If you're dating, it could be getting into a relationship. If you're in a relationship, it could be engagement. If you're in an engagement, it could be marriage. Might not even be about love. If you are working, it could be a promotion. If you are not working, it could be just getting a job. It could be becoming self-employed. If you are, taking on any creative endeavour, it could be, your first sale, your first, setting up a shop, whether that's online or not. It's all about an aspect of your life that's developing into the next level, the next stage. So, a higher level of commitment, a promotion, and an activation as well. So not forgetting with the runes, they can be very spiritual based as well. So it can be, the next level in relationships. It can be the next level in work, and it can be the next level in your spiritual growth. So it could be third eye activations. It could be communication with a guide. It could be, communication with the ancestors or whatever practice you do. It could be like if you're doing your own manifestations, it could be really seeing the fruits of that, really honing in on your manifestation abilities. So it can be very spiritual as well. And it can also be if you are planning stages of anything. So sometimes we're planning to move somewhere, to or sometimes we've been planning for a long time to go traveling, or we've been planning for a long time to, we're renting, and we've been renting for so long and we just want to own a house, so it's the next level in some area of your life. So the rune isn't very explicit in what that area is. So perhaps you have an idea, perhaps to you, it could be the area that you're really focusing on. Perhaps when I'm reeling off some of those options, that makes sense to you. One of those might make more sense to you. So it would tend to be the one perhaps that you're really focusing on. And sometimes it can be more than one, so that's quite good as well. In the rune readings, in the full spread rune readings with the 6 runes, sometimes we do get a bit more insight about what that growth could be. But generally, the growth rune is just about leveling up in at least one area of life. Okay, so I say at least one because it could be more than one. It could be the relationship and the job. It could be, traveling, but also getting a home. It doesn't have to be just one. Perhaps if you're doing driving lessons, it could be finally passing the test, or you've just passed the test and it's buying your first car, so it can be any aspect, any area of life. But the thing that it definitely is, basically, is leveling up in life. So there's one aspect of your life that's rarely going to the next level now. So it's a really nice rune. I really like that one. So that was for Clara. So we're now Lalima, I think we are. Yes, Lalima. Let's take that off and focus on Lalima. And thank you guys for your compliments in the chat as well. That means a lot to me. Thank you very much. Okay, one stands out right away here, and I don't believe we've had it yet. This is an interesting rune because it's another one of those runes that can only be one way. So, like we know with tarot cards, there's a right way meaning, there's a reverse meaning. Runes are the same, but not all of them. Can be reversed. So it's quite interesting when you get one that can't. So there we are. We have defense. So defense. So it's interesting because what it actually says is that one area of your life that seems like a block is actually only a delay. So you may be feeling blocked, you may be feeling like you're never getting to the specific place you want to be. There may be like a manifestation that you want, or a place you really want to go within your life, and you may feel like you're taking hits, you know, you're not quite getting there. There's always something in the way, and this is telling you that it's only a delay, it's not a block. So it's not the greatest rune because, of course, especially not if you've been waiting for a long time for something. If you've been waiting for a long time, it can be a little bit disheartening to get this rune, but it's at least important to know that it's not a block, it's only a delay. So sometimes we get this rune when we really want something, but you know, our guides, the universe, just want to tell us that they're really sorry, but divine timing is still at work for you, and divine timing is going to be at work for you for a little bit longer, because it says have patience and take time right now. So you are being called to plan. So this rune does tell you plan, you know, put your affirmations out there, do your manifestations. It's not a rune that's telling you to completely surrender to the universe. It is telling you to like make plans, know what you want, do your manifestations, but at the same time have patience for that divine timing, because that divine timing is at play, and don't rush. So don't feel like you need to rush, because there is no rushing for you at the moment. If you do try to rush, you may come to more blocks. So it's very much about taking your time and just preparing for what you want to come. Right now, you are not a doer, but you are a decider. So it's not so much about doing things. You're not doing too many actions. You're not being too proactive, but you are a decider. You're not a doer, but you are a decider right now. So you still get to decide what you want. You still get to decide where you want to go, but the universe is doing. The universe is doing the doing. You're doing the deciding. Yes, so that's the message of that rune. So that was for Lalima. So it looks like we can probably do one more now, but I'm going to keep this list. That I have. So now we have Kevin, we have Preeti, who will be first on Sunday, then Shweta, Megha, Aries, Pooja, Bunny Cards, Joe, Vibe Check, Carolina. So you're all on the list for Sunday. And if you can't make it, what I will say is, if you're new and you've never been here before, find my email or my Facebook, send me your full name and date of birth, and I will just do your reading anyway, even if you can't make it, so then you can watch it back. So then that will just make sure you do get a reading soon. So, oh yes, we have someone else here. So Vibe Check, I think, Vibe Check Carolina, And then Kajap. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, but if you would like to subscribe, then you are very welcome to be on the next list. You're very welcome to be on Sunday's list. If you do want a rune reading, I'll keep her on the list, and if she comes back, she can have the reading. You're very welcome, guys. I'm doing one more. I'm doing Kevin's now. I did Lima, didn't I? Yes. So we have Kevin's now, and then everyone else who didn't get a reading is on the list for Sunday. So I'll schedule it as soon as I finish. And if you check it, if you can't make the time, just I don't know, keep a notification bell or something of it, and you can go back and watch it. You can probably just scroll to roughly where you are on the list and see your reading. So Kevin is the last one for today. Sorry that it was so short today, guys. I was so busy with my orders and my clients today. Not my intention. I did mean to have an extra hour today, so I am very sorry. So we should have more time on Sunday. Okay. Let's just find what this one's called. Opening. There we are. Opening. No. There we are. So opening. So this is Kevin's. Open up to endless possibilities. Give without expectations, and you will soon receive abundance. Okay, so this one's all about being open, and it's about being open but not really having expectations. So I kind of liken it a little bit to the Fool card in the tarot, you know, like being very open to any new possibility that comes to you, almost being a little bit of like a yes person in that moment. If you give without any expectations, you will soon receive an abundance. You will soon receive an abundance of light will be shown on all of your issues. Okay, so it's very much about being in that high open energy of generosity, giving without any expectations, but in the kind of, I suppose, in the knowledge that things will be returned to you in good faith in the future. It's kind of like karma, you know. We shouldn't do things for good karma, but we know that it exists. We know that it's a thing. We know that if we are kind and we are giving and we are good, that it will come back to us. But also about, so it's not just as simple as karma, like giving and then receiving, being good and getting good. It's not quite that simple. It's not just about that. It's also telling you that there is an area of your life that you have a bit of darkness around. Now that doesn't mean darkness as in negativity, like negative darkness, like an entity or like a hex or anything like that. It's not that kind of darkness, but darkness is in the unknown, you know, those aspects of life that we're not really sure about, that uncertainty, decisions we have to make, indecision, hesitation, and all of those things. When you just open up, you give without expectations, but you're also open to receiving whatever comes to you. There's going to be a light shone on your darkness. So whatever that most pressing issue is to you, where you're unclear, you're uncertain, you want some guidance, you know, you want a light shone on this thing, it will be. The universe is very open to shining a light on some unseen things for you and on giving you some direction. The universe is open to pushing you in a certain direction if you stay in this open energy. If you have this very nice, kind, open energy, give without expecting anything in return, and the universe will shine a light on that which is dark to you, that which you're unsure about. Any decision that you're hesitant about, anything you're not quite sure about, the universe is going to direct you in the right path and show you the right way if you stay in this open state of flow. You know, I'm open to anything that comes to me, and I'm also open to giving as well, whatever I have. The universe will uncover something for you that's been hidden, basically. Oh yes, so also put us a note as well on this one. Light will be shone on all of your issues, and also this rune is a positive omen for relationships as well. So that's good as well if you are if any uncertainty may be surrounding a relationship or something like that, this rune is a good omen for relationships. So don't forget that relationships aren't always just about romantic relationships. It can be friendships, it can be closer connection with family as well, but it's a positive omen around relationships. So there could be repairing of relationships, rebuilding of relationships, and especially if the uncertainty and darkness in your life, the thing that you feel in the dark about, is a relationship, the universe will shine a light on that for you. So that's quite a good card as well, quite a nice rune. I keep saying cards. Quite a nice rune as well. So thank you guys for coming. I apologise again for rescheduling the stream, you know, pushing the stream back. I'm sorry that it wasn't as long as it was supposed to be, but please do look out for the next one, because I'm just going to schedule it in a second. As soon as I jump off here, I'm just going to schedule the next one. And Joe says wasn't on the list, or did I miss mine? Yeah, Joe, you're like right at the end of the list. I had to finish it, Kevin, because I have to go. So we have for the next stream we have Preeti, Shweta, Megha, Aries, Pooja, Bunny Cards, Joe, Vibe Check, Carolina, and Kajup. Sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. You're very welcome to correct me if I pronounce your name wrong as well. So I do apologise for the short stream. I apologise for having to push it back, but in this kind of work, you just can't rush clients sometimes, you know, if they're going through hard times. Sometimes sessions are longer than they were meant to be, and sometimes readings take time as well. And I've been helping a lot of people today who did need me. So thank you very much for understanding. And yes, thanks. Sorry, I was just reading Joe's comment there. So thank you very much for understanding, for being understanding with me, and thank you so much for so many of you turning up as well. It really means a lot to me. I will write this list up for the next stream and make sure that everyone who was here today definitely gets their rune on the next reading. Love, light and blessings to all of you. I really do hope to see you soon, and I really hope a lot of you can make it as well. I hope a lot of you can make the next stream. If you can't, I will still do your reading and you can just watch it back. So love, light and blessings to each of you.